the banks of Middle Creek, just outside of Selinsgrove, is Patchwork Farm. It is home to Jane and Stanley Corbar, their border collie Lacey, a pair of ducks, and their herd of alpacas. While this is a working farm, the Corbars are happy to give visitors a tour and let them browse in their gift shop. We got to do just that earlier this month, and I had to ask the obvious question. Exactly what is an alpaca?
Alpacas were animals that were developed by the Inca Indians about 6,000 years ago. They made them for their royalty, for the fiber for their royalty. And as near as we can tell, they're a combination of a llama, a guanaco, and a vacuna. When the conquistadors came to South America, they killed off all the Incas, and they also killed off most of the alpacas. So the only alpacas that survived were the ones that went up into the high Andes mountains.
Today, alpacas are raised primarily in Peru, Bolivia, and Chile, much as we raise cattle in the United States. In 1985, 6,000 alpacas were brought to the U.S. to begin developing them as an industry here.
Right now, we have more than 100,000 in the United States. Once they hit 1 million, we feel that we might be able to compete with the sheep industry. Alpaca is 3 times warmer than wool. It's softer than cashmere and silk, and it's hypoallergenic. It doesn't have the lanolin in it, and so you don't have that prickle, itchy factor that you do from sheep's wool.
The Corbars began their business in 2003 with 3 female alpacas. They now have a herd of 41, 12 of which are boarders on their farm. I wondered exactly how the business of raising alpaca works. As it turns out, it's a 2-pronged approach. The first being selling the alpaca fiber.
We normally get about $150 for an animal for fiber a year. That pays their keep. We had 3 the first year, and it cost $117 to feed them and keep them. So they're cheaper than dogs.
The fiber, which is harvested once a year, is sold to spinners, weavers, and co-ops. While the fiber can pay for the alpaca's room and board, the real money is in the breeding.
Right now it's a breeder's market. Males start at $500 usually and go up. Females start anywhere from $8,000 to $10,000 and go up. Now, if you buy an alpaca, you buy a pregnant female. She has 1 or 2 free breedings, so you're getting more than 1 animal for that price. If she has a female baby, you sell that baby for that price, you've already been paid back. Now,
right.
She's going to have maybe 15 more babies.
Wow.
So you can sell, her babies off. So there's a nice business.
All of Patchwork Farm's alpacas are DNA tested in order to verify their pedigree.
DNA testing is so that the bloodline stays true, that people aren't, bringing them to some lousy male or a llama or something else and trying to, pass an alpaca off on them.
There are 2 types of alpacas, huacayas and surreys. Patchwork Farms only raises huacayas.
The surrey's fiber is a little more silkier, a little finer. They're a little more exotic. Some people say they're a little more high-strung. We found from experience, we had some surreys that they're a lot harder to keep clean, and on shearing day, it's a nightmare trying to get their fiber clean enough to shear and get all the vegetation out.
Alpacas are generally quite docile creatures. They are highly intelligent and thrive in a herd.
They are happiest when they're in a herd. You can't have one by itself. It will die of loneliness.
There is a herd code that keeps everyone in line. In this field of females and their babies, the mothers rule the roost.
They will discipline babies. They'll grab them between the ears and they'll shake. They'll grab, bite and shake them. Or they'll spit at them, or they'll chase them like that to get them to behave and do what they want them to. And one mother will actually babysit all of them at one time.
Up the hill, these unsheared males have their own pecking order. Jake is 7 years old, and he is the alpha of this group. If there is fighting or misbehavior among his herd, he will step in with an ear bite, a push, or a kick to regain order. Males begin breeding around 3 years of age, while females can begin at about 18 months. The quality of the alpaca fiber is key to its value in the market, so Jane is selective when she chooses mates for breeding.
So I want to find a male that has qualities the mother doesn't have.
What are some qualities that you'd be llooking for?
We want to look at the length of the fiber, the diameter of the fiber, the luster of the fiber. We want to look at what they call crimp, is the curliness in the fiber.
To prevent accidental breeding, male and female alpacas that are more than a year old are kept in separate fields. While it is possible to breed for fiber quality, the color of a baby alpaca is always a mystery.
We had a brown father and a brown mother, and they had a white baby. We've had a white and a black come up with a brown. We had a white and a gray come up with a brown. We've come up with 2 browns and come up with a gray. So you don't know what you're going to get.
There are 22 recognized shades of alpaca fiber in the United States. This wide variety of color reduces the need for the fiber to be dyed. The gestation period for alpacas is about 340 days. In their 20 to 29 year lifespan, a female alpaca will have about 15 babies.
They're bred 3 weeks after they have their baby, so they're always pregnant and they're always nursing, so we want to be careful that we don't overtax their body.
Female alpacas will protect their young from predators. While we were in the field, a groundhog appeared. As soon as it was spotted, the herd went to investigate. Jane explained their typical behavior in a threatening situation.
They love cats, and cats love them.
Really?
They love cats. And they'll let a cat crawl on them, they'll do anything. But anything else, I found dead squirrels, I found everything else.
Really?
They'll go after get them.
Oh, look, they're going after it.
And there's an alarm call that I don't know if they'll do it, they might not. But there is an alarm call that something like that is considered dangerous to them, and they'll alarm, and then the whole herd will get together and the babies will be in the middle.
Male alpacas are more aggressive towards predators. A herd of males could stomp a dog, coyote, or a small bear and either injure or kill it. Within the herd, alpacas will often spit in order to chase away another alpaca. Males will posture and make this sound in order to claim their territory. We spent about a half an hour with the herd of mothers and babies. It became clear in that time why the Corbars say that alpacas are addicting. They're inquisitive, intelligent, and each has a distinct personality. Jane let us help with some of the chores during our visit. Alpacas are relatively low maintenance. Their diet consists of orchard grass and a half a cup of llama alpaca pellets. Their bodies do not tolerate protein well, so their food is simple and inexpensive.
They are very fuel efficient animals. They really are. They're from the high Andes mountains where, food is kind of scarce, and they metabolize most of what they eat. So they really don't need a lot.
A 3-sided shed is all that is required for shelter. Alpacas do not like to be penned up. They need room to roam, and you can keep 8 alpacas on an acre of ground. With 4 to 8 inches of thick coat, alpacas don't mind the cold at all. They are sheared in advance of summer weather.
And they really mind the heat. In the summertime, we keep fans running for them. We put swimming pools out with water for them to get into.
In addition to visiting the herd, Jane took us to her gift shop where we could see the fruits of her labor. Yarn spun from her own herd and gauntlets knitted from their fiber are available for sale. The small shop also contains a wide variety of clothing for men, women, and children, from hats, scarves, and gloves to sweaters, wraps, and jackets. I know I'll be back to do some Christmas shopping, not just for my family, but also for me.
My gosh. That's awesome. I have a black skirt this would look fantastic with.
You can dress that up, dress it down.
You could wear it with a nice pair of jeans.
The shop is open from 9 to 5 on Monday, Tuesday, and Friday, and 9 to 1 on Wednesday and Saturday. Tours are always welcome with a little advance notice. You can call Jane at Patchwork Farms at 374-1016 for lots more information.
Well, we obviously had an awfully good time playing with alpacas at Patchwork Farms. Be sure and check out the latest in alpaca fashion at their gift shop. I'm your host, Jennifer Wakeman. Remember, if you have a story idea, you can email it to me at jenwakeman@ccn.com. news.com and check out all of Season 1 on our Facebook fan site. Thanks for watching.